10, 9, ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower clear.
Plus 30 seconds.
11, 10, 9, 8. Ignition sequence has started. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have commit and we have liftoff at 2:13. The Saturn V building up to 7.6 million pounds of thrust, and it has cleared the tower.
There we go. It's a beauty. It's another beauty.
No, I think it's a dynamic off flight. The trajectory looks good. They show a 1.5 mile altitude at this time. 13 Houston, go in 30 seconds. Roll completed at work with you.
Autopilot enabled. T-minus 10.
Oh my gosh.
9,
Let's
8,
go.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh yeah! Yes! Let's go!
All 7 engines at full thrust.
Yes!
Pressures are good. Vehicles cleared the tower. Now passing 18 seconds into flight.
Let's go, new
Engine chamber
plane!
pressures look good.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We have ignition. 1. And liftoff of United Launch Alliance Vulcan rocket carrying USSF 106 from the United States Space Force, continuing ULA's soaring legacy in national security space launch with the innovative Vulcan rocket.
Thrust. Half mile on altitude. Complete approaching yaw program. Body rates turn 0. Fuse down to closed loop control.
Ten, 9, ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? Sorry about the stream delays. It was because SpaceX was watching upper level winds. That's what I finally figured out it was. They kept saying weather, but there was no weather. I couldn't see what was going on. I didn't know about the winds. Anyway, welcome in. Phoenix with the resub for 26 months. Free with the resub for 39 months. Let's go. Welcome in. And if you watch over on YouTube side, I'm actually streaming in 4K over here now. Didn't know I was able to do that till now. Anyway, hopefully we're going to get a launch here in about 25 minutes. SpaceX has already started their stream. They kept putting it off, so they went and started their stream. So we'll see how it goes. We're also going to be redoing a giveaway from like last October. So there'll be a t-shirt giveaway here in a little bit. Get some more people in here. It's one Minette and Bobby tried to do, and nobody claimed. So we're going to redo it. All right, let's unmute SpaceX, SpaceX here. See what they're saying.
And fitting orbits to those
Let me know if you can hear that okay.
About 50% of the objects with perigees below 600 kilometers.
Wheel Smash with a 5-stream strength. Welcome in.
To the activities that are occurring in space that are not being published. So we have many examples in Starlink satellite footage.
5-stream streak. That's pretty good considering I've probably only streamed about 6 times this year.
Extremely concerning because this.
Excuse me.
Last year we flew 160.
Been raining here and my sinuses are draining in my chest.
Leader, we would like to create a community where all industry providers share data back and forth. They tell us where their spacecraft.
Will Smash, welcome in.
Their spacecraft as soon as they're deployed. They make them available to others so we know where everyone is.
Hey, Joe.
There's some thought that if I keep my satellite position confidential and I don't share that with anyone, no one will know where my satellite is. Well, I think that's really...
Well, a lot of these launches kept getting pushed off.
We've taken the
So it was a little bit confusing about what all was going on. Damn, I didn't close my curtain. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Where our satellites are, we show where we're maneuvering. And I think we're now showing the industry that there is no competitive advantage by not sharing your data. We're demonstrating to the outside world what good practices are. We as an industry have a tremendous obligation at this time at this formative stage.
It pushed everything off, so I went out to go check on the bees.
And be good
they're out flying around a little bit.
Better as an industry, it'll give us an industry of the future.
Didn't actually open the hives. Didn't have time for all that right now. That and it's been raining, so they're probably a little pissy right now.
To maintain
Bees don't like rain.
Low Earth orbit, it's incredibly important that we work together as operators and are very transparent in the activities that we are conducting. I think that
I guess SpaceX is just talking about their stuff. Can y'all hear that okay? Can you hear the SpaceX side of the stream?
Or isn't broadcasting that to the world. Space
That
is big,
that
but operators are not always predictable. We want to enable other missions, the Moon and Mars and interplanetary exploration.
You can't hear it?
So ensuring that activities like that can persist for the duration of humanity is incredibly important. You know, fundamentally, I think the message to operators is to be transparent about what you're doing in space, you know, transparent about where your satellite is and where it's going, and make sure you have the tools to ensure that that information is accurate all the time.
Starlink's future is bright and helping ensure space safety for all operators on the way. Now let's take a look into the flight profile for
that any
today's
better?
test. As we've mentioned,
No SpaceX
already,
audio.
there are numerous redesigns making their debut today.
It's funny because I can hear it in my head and I see it bouncing on the thing.
In light of this, we want to keep our learning focused on all that new hardware.
Is that
and
a Chrome
software, so
window?
running a flight profile similar to our
Yes,
last
it
two
is.
Starship flights in order to minimize new variables.
Yeah, and we'll start with liftoff, where Super Heavy ignites 33 brand new Raptor 3 engines. We power through ascent ahead of hot stage separation. Booster shuts down all but 5 sustainer engines. Stage 2 lights its Raptor engines while still attached to Super Heavy. We get to see stage separation debuting the integrated hot stage. Directional booster flip,
Any
engine
better?
relight, and boost back using 33 engines. And after coasting for a few minutes, the booster today will target a landing burn and soft splashdown a few miles off the coast from Starbase.
Yeah, Ship does a bunch of fun things like deploying 20 Starlink simulator satellites, 2 of them Dodger Dogs, as we affectionately call them, single engine Raptor relay, and then reentry. Everybody's favorite part, lots of fun Technicolor colors that will be brought to us by Starlink. And if all of that goes as planned, we will finish the test with a flip, a landing burn, and a soft splashdown in the Indian Ocean. And actually, in just a few moments, thanks to Starlink, we'll be going live to the Indian Ocean and chatting with the ship recovery team stationed out there.
I'm so excited for that. That's going to be awesome.
So cool.
But sit tight, 'cause first we're going to go to Dan for a quick status check.
Yeah,
All
thanks,
right, I
guys.
got it set at
Everything's still looking
400%.
good. We are not tracking any issues technically on the vehicle or on the pad. Range status continues to be good, both the range out here in the Gulf and out in the Indian Ocean. As you can see, we have started our propellant load. That happened at about 36 minutes before T0. We're loading about 20% faster on pad 2 than we did on pad 1. Our flight director, Ty Huntington's back in the chair again. He was there for Starship's first flight test and 11 back for V3. He did that final go, no go at about T-minus 1 hour.
It is quiet on
we do
Twitch for
start
some
loading
reason.
on
I can hear it
ship
fine on
first.
YouTube.
That happened at about T-minus 37. Booster follows about 1 minute later, starting with its liquid oxygen and then its liquid methane. And then ship fuel is the last one to kick off at about T-minus 35. We're going to continue loading all of this propellant on board until about 3 minutes right before launch, 3 minutes 20 on ship, 2 minutes 50 on the booster. So we go pretty much right down to the wire. But as of this moment, still looking good. T0 set for 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Continuing to load prop.
Yeah, Will, they don't have any problems hearing me as long as my mic's set right.
If you've been following along with these launches, you know we've been sending these suborbital and they splash down in the Indian Ocean.
Hold on.
How the heck do we see some of that? Well, we have our recovery team, our Starship recovery team, and one of their primary jobs is to get those re-entry views and a whole lot more. We're going to take them now. We're joining them out in the Indian Ocean. We've got Suren Sinai standing by, taking a moment from the recovery ops. He might be frozen. Let me know if you can hear me, Suren. How's everything looking out there in the ocean?
Dan, I can hear you loud and clear. We're sitting in about 8-foot waves, but it's looking like a clear day, ready for a ship to come on through.
All right, man. How many of these have you done? And like, walk us through. What's the recovery team's primary job out there?
I've done 6 and now 7 of these missions, and with every mission we've seen it evolve, and but our primary goal has always been to clear the range. So just like we do over in the Gulf, the same kind of happens here. We send 1 to 2 boats out and we make sure there's nothing in the area so the rocket is clear to land. And then once we can guarantee that and have the rocket leave the pad, then we can proceed to imagery collection. So we have like...
I can turn myself down a little bit.
All right, we'll see if we can get them back. But they're out there in the Indian Ocean. I think everyone's familiar. They've got the buoy cams. They've got the drones that are going to be going up. So we're going to be cutting back to them live once they get. They've been doing some practice stuff. We've been able to shoot some of this. So there you can see Suren getting those buoy boats. So they're basically out there. They're deploying these boats in the splashdown zone. If you get a live view from one of these boats, that tells you that we're pretty much nailing our target on that. And then Suren and a couple of our other recovery folks out there are going to be flying drones to hopefully get that imagery of Starship coming back. It's super critical for us to see just how that heat shield performed after re-entry. And just having them out there remote, just in the middle of nowhere, plays just a really critical role in just rapid iteration on Starship and its heat shield. So looking forward to hopefully seeing some views from them a little bit later. But for now, let's head back down to Kate and Jake for the latest progress at Cape Canaveral in Florida.
Thanks, Dan. Now, if we want to get to the moon and then Mars as fast as possible, there's really only one answer. Launch a lot more rockets.
Hopefully,
to do that, we're going to need a few more launch pads and support buildings, which is exactly what we're working on over in Florida. So originally built for Apollo and then the space shuttle, Launch Complex 39A has flown 126 Falcon missions since SpaceX reactivated the pad in 2017.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's that many. Fun fact, I actually hosted the live webcast for our very first launch at Pad 39A, and it was so exciting to see that come back to life. It's also exciting to see how today, almost 10 years later, the ongoing construction and development that will bring a second launch tower to Launch Complex 39A. You can see it ongoing there on your screen. It's designed to expand our capabilities to support Starship launches in the future, while also continuing to support Falcon Heavy missions from the original Apollo Shuttle Falcon launch tower.
Yeah, and we're also building a Starship launch pad at Slick 37. And to support the uptick in future launches, there's Gigabay, a giant assembly and maintenance facility designed to prep Starships ahead of Florida launches. And when complete, this huge structure aims to hold 24 work cells in over 800,000 square feet of workspace. That's 24 rockets under one roof. That's absolutely crazy.
There'll be so many.
Yeah. So SpaceX's future in Florida is quickly taking shape with our very first launches on the horizon.
Yes, a horizon that aims for regular trips to the moon. Now, staying with the lunar conversation, we're going to head back up to Dan, who has Starship Vice President of Engineering, Bill Riley, our favorite webcast visitor, to talk about the moon.
That's right, Kate. Yeah, crashing the webcast again. Bill Riley, VP of Starship Engineering. Thanks for coming, Bill. We wanted like a couple of minutes to geek out about the moon. Like Artemis 2 just flew humans around the moon for the first time in like 50 years. More than 50 years. I personally was wildly caught up in it. I don't know how you felt about the whole thing.
Yeah, I found it really inspirational. I think part of being a spacefaring civilization is being out there exploring, and I thought Artemis 2 got us back to the moon and back exploring and being out farther than we had been before.
It's always wild when you see space stuff kind of break through into the mainstream, and like it felt like that really did it. And I mean, that's going to continue happening. We're looking at a higher cadence of missions in Artemis, and Starship's obviously going to play a pretty big role in the entire Artemis program. But like, what's kind of next on the horizon?
Lady Mino,
I think what's exciting about Artemis 3 is you'll see the landers introduced now. So maybe we're talking to NASA about doing an Earth orbit rendezvous where the Starship-based lander could be in proximity to Orion or even more. I think that's really the next step. Prove out those landers close to home in Earth orbit, and then looking ahead, going to the moon.
And we're debuting V3 now, and just some of the stuff that's now on this version of Starship is going to directly enable some of that, or it's planned to, correct?
That's right. So V3 is exciting because it really introduces it's designed to introduce all these fundamental foundational features that allow us to go out past the Earth. So for example, there's many features, but some that are visible are the docking adapters below the PEZ door that you'll notice on the as-built ship. And then as we look out past V3, there's other configurations of Starship. There is a tanker that takes the propellant to dock with the lander that will land on the moon. And think of the on-orbit propellant transfer as sort of like the gas station in the sky. And then that gas station will be what we call the depot.
And then the plan now, and the plan's been, but it's really emphasized now. We're not just going for flags and footprints. We're talking permanent infrastructure on the moon, right?
That's right. We have to build up to that capacity. So the first landers will be, a new set of boot prints to kind of start a new generation of explorers. Then we'll build into cargo landers like you see here, maybe bringing down a rover to the surface. Some infrastructure might even be staying inside the landers. And then as we look to an even brighter future, having a permanent presence in a moon base.
Yeah. I'm ready for the moon base.
They haven't even launched one of those yet.
I need to go to the moon. That's definitely in my minute. It sounds like a hell of a week-long vacation or one heck of a trip, but and I mean, this is like this is the next step on making life multiplanetary, right?
Absolutely, it's literally the next planetary body we need to get to.
My B-channel stream has been having
thank you so much, Bill. I'm going to let you jump back in there and get ready to launch this rocket. Thanks for nerding down on the moon with me for a couple of minutes. But we're not done. We got a little bit of more cool news.
I can get them up, but then they start pixelating and
last year, the From 2 crew made history. They were the first astronauts ever to explore Earth's polar regions from space in Dragon. I got to catch up with that mission commander from that, Chun Wang. He was visiting one of the most remote places on the planet, and he had some exciting news.
If you don't follow my B channel, please go over there and give it a follow or a subscribe. as they call it on YouTube.
Awesome to talk to you. Start me off. Where the heck are you right now?
Thank you for joining me to Fui Island, and this isolated island in the South Atlantic. It's arguably the most remote island in the world.
It looks super isolated. You're only there with a couple of people. Kind of feels like a space mission to me. So let's just jump right in. You are going to be on the first interplanetary mission on a Starship.
So it's going to be a flyby mission of Mars. So a lot of people are talking about how Mars will be like. We're going to fly to Mars, we're going to land on Mars, we're going to build cities on Mars.
Pretty old by the time we get to Mars.
Let's get it started with a flyby.
Doing a flyby of Mars, that's a heck of a trip, but you're kind of built for this kind of mission, right? Because if you're not landing on the surface, you're spending a long time going out there, you're going to fly by it, it's going to be like just an insane couple of hours, and then it's a big trip back home. How are you kind of built to handle this kind of a journey?
There we go. That's the pre-recorded video. I did it on my phone, so it doesn't look all that great. The audio's crap.
The map view on airplane all the way from takeoff to landing. So I think I'm enjoying the trip.
So it's not just the Mars flight, you're also going to be taking a trip around the moon, right?
Right now it's only got a camera and some microphones.
Do that step before heading all the way out to Mars.
That way I can go out
even
and
though
it's
just a flyby,
if I'm not mistaken, I can also live stream from that camera.
How do you kind of see these types of missions
I don't know if I'll have to set it up on my computer and then rush out there or what. I don't know how that's going to work yet.
It will light the fire. It will ignite imagination, and it will build the momentum. After we come back from Mars, you'll have an opportunity to take some real photos.
Yeah, I want to get one of those action cameras.
No longer become
the GoPros have been kind of lackey lately.
Well,
I wanted to
June,
get one
thanks
of those,
for calling in from the other side of the planet. Super cool location, super cool to talk to you.
But I'll be able to set it up right there
exciting.
Next to the hive so y'all can see.
You're going to get on Starship, you're going to go around the moon, and then do the first flyby of Mars.
I didn't know how this last one was going to work. I didn't even put on a bee suit.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Because the bees weren't.
Oh man,
so,
fireworks
indeed!
So just incredible to be one of the first humans to become an interplanetary traveler, while also joining Starship's first mission to fly past the moon.
Minette said she did
Chun
great.
is
She
certainly a one-of-a-kind explorer, and it's even more exciting to know everyone can join a future Starship mission.
Yeah. If what you just heard excites you, challenges you, inspires you, we'd like to hear from you. Come join our team. Be one of the people walking past us out to the lawn to watch the world's best rocket launch. Help shape the literal future of humanity. Now, we need the best and the brightest, and we need you right now.
Yeah, and we have tons of openings all across the company where we're looking for talented engineers and technicians at all of our sites,
she was lazy. She
including McGregor, Texas, where we test every single one of these Raptor V3 engines behind us. Bastrop, Texas, where we build and assemble Starlink user terminals.
Maybe she's waiting until...
we also need help up in Redmond, Washington. That's Starlink's global headquarters, where, among other things, we manufacture Starlink satellites. If you like the fall weather, that might be the place for you. And as you've seen throughout today's show, there is a tremendous amount of activity happening right here at Starbase, Texas. Here and everywhere, it's all part of the incredible opportunity that we have to build the future of humanity.
Yeah, so if you're interested, visit SpaceX.com/careers to see these and all of our other openings.
Now, I can tell you that the crowd is certainly starting to grow. Behind us, you see the launch pad there for yourself. Once again, this is the first flight test of Starship version 3. This will be the first time that we are debuting this booster, the ship, the launch pad that you see there. And you can see people walking over my shoulder here as our colleagues are moving in masses to go watch this liftoff in just over 7.5 minutes from now. It's pretty exciting stuff.
It's pretty exciting, and as a reminder, we're only a mile and a half away here, so we are very close, about as close as you can be, and we're definitely expecting to feel it.
Sorry to interrupt you, Jake. Hi. Do we have a mic? Hello. For those of you that might not know.
Commands aren't working anymore.
You got.
Welcome, Nikki. It's so nice to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my gosh. What do you think the Barbs are going to say when they see you here at Starbase?
They better say all good things.
Anyway.
But they're going to be excited, and they're probably going to want to come themselves next time.
That link there
I mean, anybody can come and watch the launches. It's super accessible to the public, so we welcome that.
It's not live right now.
Okay, Barbs, come on down, because this is a lot of fun. I'm excited. Is it about to happen at any minute?
So you see that number right there in the top left corner, 6.5 minutes.
6 minutes left?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, but this is historic. This is a major moment, y'all.
Yeah.
It is.
Is this your first rocket launch that you've seen live?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Very, very excited.
And Lady Meanie, I can understand the asthma.
Might be like.
I just noticed your shirt. You've
my
got the
inhaler
right
right
swag.
Two of them.
I love this shirt.
It's a great shirt. I have one as well.
And it's a great name, Starship.
I mean, how did you predict the future? Starships are meant to fly.
I do not know.
You can wipe your butt with those.
But major shout out to Elon. Elon, thank you for everything that you're doing for humanity.
He's the man.
But I appreciate
for sure.
the sentiment.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, I'll see you guys
We want to
later.
watch the launch with you,
Okay, yes.
so we'll take this back because this is too loud to take outside. Wow, what a moment. And with that, great timing. We're now at 5.5 minutes. This brings us into terminal count.
Who that was.
Dan, man, the anticipation is certainly growing here in the lobby and out on the lawn. What is it like up there?
Yeah, we are ready to go. We are getting into the final phase of our propellant loading. We are almost entirely full on ship on our main, still doing the header tanks, and we're looking well in excess of 90% of the booster, so we are looking good. Still not tracking any range, any weather issues today, not tracking any technical problems on the vehicle, on the launch pad, looking good for liftoff in just under 5 minutes. Once we're done with propellant loading on the booster, you have over 11.5 million pounds of that liquid methane, liquid oxygen on those two stages.
I love rockets.
After that, we have to essentially get the pad ready for launch. We'll do something called pushbacks, where all of those lines running underground from the propellant farm up to the vehicle, they're going to clear back. They're going to push all that propellant back into kind of the bunker area around the prop farm. And just basically get the pad ready. We'll see the vehicles do their final thrust vector control checkouts. So when we snoop in, we should see the engines do kind of final wiggle checks. That's how we steer the rocket. We're going to do those at about T-minus 100 seconds, so a minute 40. And then once we pass the T-minus 40-second gate, if we do need to hold, that is still built in at T-minus 40 seconds. It's built into the countdown. We can pause if we need anything like those pushbacks to complete. If we need anything on the rocket to get ready, we can hold there. We'll only stop if we have an issue. Not currently tracking one. We have one item that might hold us up a little bit, just based off of what we've seen in recent static fires. But that's typically only been hanging out for a couple of extra seconds.
They need to build out Camo first before the queen can start laying eggs.
And then once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, a lot of things will happen in rapid succession.
Yeah, that moment is called the QD, or Quick Disconnect Vent Gate. That's when we clear all the gas commodity lines that connect the pad to the vehicles. Both the ship and the booster configure their comm systems for flight and are rapidly running leak checks on gas and fluid tanks. The booster goes to internal power and its engines get their final priming for launch, while the ship's engines begin their ascent bleed profile and arms the automatic flight safety system.
Yeah, and once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, we still have the ability to rapidly recycle the count under certain conditions back to T-minus 40 seconds and hold there to assess what happened, review the data, and decide if we can proceed again all the way down to T0. We estimate we have around 5 minutes of hold time there. The flame diverter on pad 2 activates at around T-minus 17 seconds, and it enters what is essentially the point of no return at T-minus 10 seconds. And there's a chance we could recycle, but the closer we get to T-minus 10, the lower that chance becomes.
All right, we are coming up on 2 minutes. We have completed propellant loading on the booster, just shut down the fuel pump for loading onto the ship, so we're closing all of that out now. 2 minutes to go. One kind of exciting aspect to V3, we're not going to start the engines up in kind of different sets. All 33 of those Raptors going to turn on all at once, and you're going to see the booster move off the pad a whole lot quicker.
Once again, if you've just joined us, this is the first flight for version 3 of Starship. The ship, which is the upper part, the black part there at the top, the booster, which is the part below that, have been completely redesigned, as well as the launch pad that you see it sitting at, as well as the engines that power both the ship and the booster. Today's test flight is a massive step forward in our developmental program.
All right, and we're coming up here on T-minus 1 minute.
Now
So let's go to the pad and
when
let the rocket do the talking as V3
awesome.
fully comes alive.
I uploaded a video on my channel.
T-minus 1 minute.
Here we go, 1 minute. I'll shut up. Y'all can watch this. For some reason, the audio's a little low over on Twitch.
All right, so we did hit the hold at T-minus 40. Again, this is something that is built into the timeline. Not surprising, as we are doing this first flight off of pad 2.
Saying this is a built-in hold where they can just go
Sounds
through and
like we
double-check
might already be clear. We held for a second just to make sure that the quick disconnect vents were basically ready for their final throwbacks.
30 minutes to launch. Their window, I think, ends at 7 p.m.
Hang tight for a couple of seconds. I think we're about to reset, and the reset is in.
There we go.
Counting down, first flight of Starship V3. Psych, back to rapid recycle.
Look at that launch mount. Looks like a friggin' bunker.
All right, so
it actually is a bunker.
Hold here for a second. Looks like we're still managing some pressures in the
they went back to 40.
ship quick disconnect. All right, still going to hang out for a couple of seconds here at T-minus 40. Again, not surprising. This is new vehicle, new pad, doing all these things for the very first time. Right now we are holding, looking at some pressures in the quick disconnect, and hold reset, and we're rolling.
There we go. Got that one on again.
Flight directors, go up to launch.
Back to rapid recycle, so we're going to hold at T-minus 40 again.
Like I said, they can keep doing this for another 29 minutes.
Hang tight for a second. We'll see what tripped this last one.
With that venting, they might be topping off again.
The reminder, we can hang out for quite a few minutes at T-minus 40 if we need the extra time. You're not actively loading propellant onto the vehicle anymore, so the main thing you're kind of keeping an eye on is all of the temperatures inside those propellant tanks.
The propellant is super chilled, and it boils off at a very low boiling point. So they have to keep venting and keep topping it off continuously. I'm sorry, that's a beautiful rocket. I love it.
All right, we're continuing to hang out here at T-minus 40. Seems Just taking a look right now at our diverter, so that water diverter underneath the system did trip a hold, but that basically just gives the team the chance to look at it, see if it's something that we need to troubleshoot in data or if it's something that we can clear this hold. So continuing to hang tight, T-minus 40 seconds. Starship and Super Heavy.
Welcome in, Manette.
Fully loaded on the
They're
pad.
holding again at 40.
Clock is rolling.
Two eyes 30, flight directors, go for launch.
8 people here on Twitch. 46 over on YouTube. Let's fucking go.
And we kick back to
Welcome
rapid
in.
recycle
We're watching the flight
again.
of SpaceX's Starship.
Again, just
Flight
a
12,
reminder,
version 3
said it
everything.
before, new pad, new rocket, learning new things about this hardware performing in the flight environment.
Like we said,
Taking a look at some of the
Starship,
sensors
brand
on
new
the
booster,
arm that
brand new engines,
manages the quick disconnect to the
brand
ship.
new tower, and brand new launch pad. They've been testing all
Promise
week
we're not
long.
just trying to prolong the anticipation. Team's taking a look. We've got a couple more minutes where we can hang out here. Again, it's not an unlimited time to pause at T-minus 40. We're keeping an eye on the propellant temperatures inside the vehicles. So we've got probably about 3 minutes or so left of hold time.
I didn't think about that.
Team's taking a look at the hold that tripped on that arm for the quick disconnect on the tower.
It's beautiful images.
Continuing to hold, got a couple minutes to try and clear this issue.
Folks, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like what you're seeing so far. 47 people watching, 5 likes. Let's go. 9 people over here on Twitch.
Still holding T-minus 40, still troubleshooting this issue. Probably got about a minute or a minute and a half left of hold time.
I'm not sure, but I believe they have launch windows up through Saturday. So if they have to, they can retry this tomorrow, depending on what the problem is. And sometimes they're just sensors, bad sensor readings. Look at that camera from the engine bay of the Starship itself.
Flight control team confirms still working through the issue. Still have a short amount of hold time still remaining.
I'll have to play this back and get some screenshots. These are some pretty good images. Have to make some thumbnails. Over on YouTube, there is quite a bit of delay due to the fact that I'm, hey Xbox, I'm streaming at 4K over there, so the latency is a lot lower or higher. Twitch, I'm
still
at
holding
1440p.
T-minus 40.
It's not as slow. Yeah, it's just the way YouTube works. That because it takes them a little bit longer to encode and decode the 4K stream. But in my opinion, it looks friggin' awesome.
All right, still continuing to hold here at T-minus 40. While we do that, the team's looking at temperatures of the propellant inside those tanks. We kind of check that against simulations that we've run in the past. There's some margin in those. We're still holding, no decision yet. Sounding like we have the fix in place.
There we go.
Hold reset, clock is rolling.
Fingers crossed. We go this time. It's good to have you in here, Xbox. I know you're probably worn out.
We're back into rapid recycle.
212 days, 214, whatever it was. My buddy Xbox just came off a very long subathon. 212.
All right, we're back at our T-minus 40 hold.
He's actually beaten
Standing
me
by
at,
to see what tripped us this time.
Follower counts. Congrats. Oh no. Hey, I understand.
Right. It is sounding like we are not going to be able to clear this issue in time today, so we are going to be standing down from a launch.
Oh, they're standing down. Damn it.
So if you're just now joining us, we got the vehicle totally loaded. We hit a couple of different holds as we work through that count. Again, new rocket, new pad. We're learning about a lot about these systems as we execute them for the first time, and we're not able to basically troubleshoot all of these issues in those final seconds to get to launch. But that essentially makes this a wet dress rehearsal. We were able to fully load the vehicles, and we're going to take the time now, figure out what tripped us up before launch, and then actually get into a flight tomorrow. We do have the ability to essentially rapidly recycle. We are expecting to be able to make another flight attempt tomorrow, but obviously stay tuned to our social media at SpaceX on X and our website, spacex.com, for updates. So no flight today. We will give it another
folks
try
on Twitch,
tomorrow.
Stick around. Like I said, we're going to redo that giveaway. YouTube, sorry, we don't have a YouTube integration for Fourth Wall yet. And I could not find a good giveaway tool that'll work for both. We've tried, and for some reason YouTube doesn't want us giving away stuff over there. All right, well that sucks. All right, so we'll go ahead. Do the giveaway. Do one giveaway. And there we go. It's a Get Off My Lawn shirt. Over here, they're getting off. Get Off My Lawn t-shirt. Says Get Off My Lawn on the back, has my logo on the front. Actually, old logo. I haven't updated this one yet to the 3D logos. Really nice shirt. Sizes up to 5XL. And yes, folks, you can gift anything in my store away as long as we're live on Twitch. It's kind of a neat little tool thing. Everybody hit !enter to get in on it. Looks like we got Xbox, Dialots, Phoenix, Lady Phoenix, Phoenix, Lady Mina. Excuse me. rough. I hate when I start coughing like that. COPD is no fun. There you go. Appreciate it, Xbox. Free as yet another Ashbot t-shirt. He was wearing one on one of his streams the other day. Or twice now. Pretty cool. Well, Free, you know how to redeem. Go and click that link and go get your stuff. Congrats. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for us for today. Like I said, stay tuned to my, best place to find out when I'm going to go live is to join my Discord. Throw that up in there. If those are working. Up Free already got it. Right over here on Twitch. I mean on YouTube. Well, okay, I'll just copy the link then. Well, see, a lot of Stream Elements is turned off, but it should be working through my streamer bot, but that's okay. Anyway, thanks for coming in. Like I said, y'all check out my second channel. There's a link in the description on YouTube. Yes. Twitch no longer lets us put other links in our stream description. They're just being twitchy. But anyway, thanks again for everybody coming out. Like, subscribe, follow, do all the things. It helps the algorithm. And it'll push this out, and maybe we can get some more people in here next time. Friggin' awesome, though, tonight. Back over here. Had a total of 336 views over here on YouTube. Off and on. That's friggin' awesome. Anyway, that's going to do it. I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to eat a sandwich. Since Minette won't make me a sandwich, I had to order one myself. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Love all your faces, and we will see you all next time.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5,